Hello, hello. This is Nina Urjavic, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the U.S., and this is day 10, card 2 of my journey through the catalog, where I am picking out a sample in the catalog and I am casing it, which means copy and share everything. So by now, after 10 days, you probably know that by heart and in your sleep, right? So copy and share everything, or copy and selectively edit. So we are going to do this one here in card 2. Now just know, like I said in card 1 video, this does take practice on inking it up and actually getting a nice crisp image. The best ink to use with this would be the StazOn ink or a very wet Memento pad. So either this one or this one. Now today, in this video, we are not going to use either one of these on the background stamp. Okay, we're going to do something a little different. So we're going to put these aside, but we will use the Memento ink right here for the sentiment. Hold on and let me grab something real quick. I forgot to pull out my little sponge daubers that we need. We need, let's see, we need a green and a brown. Pretty easy, right? A green and a brown. So we're going to use these two. I keep them in a little case. I keep them like this. And I put ink on them because I have one for chalk. So I keep them in a case here. But just do know that these do, this is Pear Pizzazz. We don't want this one. This is an old ink. They do dry rot. So if you have them for a long time, you definitely want to change them out often. Let me get a green. I thought I had my green in here. Where did it go? Oh, you know what? There it is right there. It's rolled off on my table. Here we go. Here we go. We'll use these two. Those are the two I want to use. Okay, so let's get started. So thank you for joining me through all of these series. I so appreciate you. If you like what you see and you are learning new projects and tips, please like, subscribe, follow me on FB, which is Facebook. You can subscribe here and then click that little bell. If you're watching here on YouTube, click the little bell because it will notify you when I have uploaded or I am live on this platform. Okay, so let's get started. We are using the Peaceful View background stamp. We are also going to use the beautiful motif. We're going to use Thank You for Everything. And then we're going to get started on this. Now, I did use the Postage dies, and I just cut out a bunch of die-cut, a bunch of these here. This is what we're going to use to do to stamp our image on. I did use basic beige, and I also used the stylish shape dies. I used this one right here to cut this out, and I'll show you another one that I did using the Postage. The Postage dies. Let's see, what are the names of those? Perennial Postage dies. But I'm going to go off. I'm going to edit and do this one here for this particular one. And we are using a Mossy Meadow cardstock, basic beige, and basic white. This here is the basic white. Okay, so let's get started. This one is pretty easy because we're only using ink and we're going to daub it on. So we are going to use Pecan Pie and we're going to use the Mossy Meadow green. Okay, now this one is our old style pad. This one is our newer old pad. This one's newer than this one, the style, but they still stamp the same. Okay, it's still the foam ink pads. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in and just dauber some of the pecan pie onto the branches, and we're just going to daub it in there. And this is going to make it look like watercolor. Like it's watercolored, but we're actually just daubing on the ink. And you can use the edges to get those thinner branches. I don't know if you can see me way down there. And you're just going to tap and then dab. Tap and dab. we're going to do the same thing with the green. Now we want to do that with the fence post as well. Just do, and yes, you're going to get some brown where the green's supposed to be and some green where the brown's supposed to be, but that is okay. Okay, I'm going to put this down. Really actually therapeutic, actually. Until you stamp it and realize that you forgot something, right? But then you just, again, it's just paper and ink. It's, you know, just start over if you don't like it. Okay, we're almost done with the brown. And it's okay if it's lighter. Okay, now I know that I've got some down here where I don't want it. So let me grab a tissue real quick. And I am just going to wipe some of this off. Down here in the grass. I really don't want brown grass. I want green grass. I don't know. We're getting rain now, but we didn't get rain, so our grass was looking kind of brown, right? Now we're going to just go dab some green. Just dab green all over. And you can get it as dark as you want or as light as you want. Sorry, it's pouncing the camera. Now remember, there is light and dark leaves. You know, some are towards the front where the sun is shining on them or the light is shining on them. And then the darker ones will be the ones that are in the shade. So it's okay. You just don't want a circle. You want to actually blend that in so that you don't have a stark circle. Now, could you use a blending brush? Probably. You know, that's just something that you would have to try and see if you like that. So we just keep dabbing until you get the color that you want. This is like watching paint dry, right? I should have had one done for you, but sometimes, I don't know, I like watching other people stamp. Okay. So my tree is almost done. So this is just, you know, it's just an easy peasy. I do see some circles that I want to, I'm going to turn it up so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. And then, yes, the ink will start to dry. And then that's where you're just going to huff on it to bring some more, we got a little bird right there that we need to do something with. Now you can leave the little bird off, or you can add some ink on that little bird. What color should we make the little bird? We can take a marker on him and make him a little, maybe a blue bird, maybe we'll make him a little blue bird. We put bird feeders out our family room window, and it is so fun to see the birds come in and eat. It's even more fun to see the squirrels try and get into the bird feeder. And they've already ruined one bird feeder, the squirrels. Yeah, they chewed it up while we were watching. They are quite the characters, those little birds, or those little squirrels. And the birds are not afraid of them. And the squirrels aren't afraid of the birds either. Okay, so let's blend some of these little circles in. Okay, let's ink up our little bird. We're going to make him a little blue bird. How's that sound? We are just going to put some blue ink on him. We'll see how he turns out. Okay, little blue bird. All right, we're going to huff on it. Just to put some moisture back in there. We are going to add this down here like this. And then I'm going to bring in that paper that I had for card 1. And then I'm just going to rub. Okay. And just rub, rub, rub. And hopefully I put enough moisture on there that the ink transfers. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look how cool that is. A little bird. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take that same dauber. Make sure I don't have any green ink on my thumb. And we are going to go around the edges just to make those edges a little darker and take away the white. And this just makes it pop more. Okay, and all I'm doing is just flicking the dauber with ink on the edges. You can go as light or as dark as you want. Now you can leave this white here. You can leave that white if you wanted to leave that white. You could do that. On this one I covered it up. On my sample I did not. But we're just giving some dimension to those edges. You know, stamping it's no science. I mean, it is your interpretation of what you see, or what either the idea you have in your head, or the look you're going for. So everybody is different. So your card is what you want it to be. You may have an idea, or you may see a sample that you think it should look like, but you know what? They're just happy accidents if you do something different. Just don't tell anybody that it wasn't what you thought it was in your head, because nobody needs to know. It's just your card. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this card together. Oh, wait, we got to stamp. We got to stamp our sentiment. I've already mounted that on a block. And we're just going to ink up the stamp, making sure it's nice and inked. Yeah. I like to take it off onto the paper first, just to see if everything is inking the way it should. Sometimes you might have too much ink. Sometimes you might not have enough. We're going to go right about there. It's a little hard to stamp straight when you have a camera like right at your nose or at your forehead, but sometimes it comes out right and sometimes it doesn't. So you just do another one, right? Okay. This pad is really inky. And I think I got some fuzz on it, so let me clean it. Maybe that might be why. Okay, let's try it again. Sometimes when you clean it on these black ones, they get little fuzz on them. And then of course that shows up in your stamped image, like it did on my last one. Because I've got little things that shouldn't be on my stamp. I don't know why it's doing that. Sometimes baby wipes also do that. Put like a little fuzz on things that I don't like. Yes, I'm a fussy stamper. Okay, that's better. Okay, so then we're going to close this up so we don't put our project in there. I'm going to get a wipe for my fingers. Get my fingers clean. Okay, now let's go ahead and put this down. I'm going to use some dimensionals for this. I'm going to probably put 5. I'm going to use as many dimensionals as you want, because I know where you can get more. You just give me a call, right? All right. Or you can hop online to shop anytime, even in your jammies at 2 o'clock in the morning, you can shop. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this on the front of our card. Now this is Perennial Postage, this piece here, and we're just going to put it right here. Okay. All right, and then this here, we're just going to glue flat down. We're not going to pop this one up, but I'm only going to put glue on like 2/3 of it because I'm going to hang it off the side here. Let's see, where do I want to put it? I don't want to cover the little bird up. I want the little bird there. So let's put it right. And also, you can pick a part of your card that you don't like and put your sentiment over it. And nobody would know unless they're going to take your card apart. Okay. And then, all we're going to do is add some gemstones. We're going to add the iridescent foil gems. And I don't think it needs a lot. I only think it needs a few. So let's just do 3. Oh, by the way, this pick, I have said this in every video. This is the Take Your Pick tool. You know, it has this little putty end that picks up your gemstones or picks up your little pieces so that you can put glue on them. And then this one comes with just a poker. But this is one of the accessories, and this tool is great. You've seen how easy it was to pick those papers off of the Dimensionals. It's amazing. I love this tool. So, but I use this tool for my gems. Excuse me. Let's go put a big one there, and there's no rhyme or reason with this either. I do use odd numbers. I do not use even numbers. I also like to put them in a triangle. So I don't know if I want to put one up here in the tree. You're not going to be able to see it very much. So let's go put it maybe right there. Just a triangle. Okay. And that's it. Got it. That's it. You're going to put an inside insert. So I would probably put this insert to mimic the front. Okay. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and glue. I like to just do a little strip of glue and then put this on the inside. So while you've got your die cutting machine out, go ahead and cut several of them so that if you goof up or if you decide you want to put one on the inside of your card, absolutely. Do not forget to stamp the back because everybody turns their card over to see, I don't know, to see where you purchased it, I guess, maybe, or to see who made it. And I want them to see that you took the time to make them a card. So don't forget to, even if it's just signing your name and the year that you made it, okay? But that's it on that card. Now here is the sample that I made. I did edit, and I added, let me see, is that kind of glaring too much? No. I did put a corrugated piece of pecan pie back here just to give it a little bit more interest. And then this here is from the Perennial Postage that also did the outer, this piece here, and the outer piece for the actual card. So this one has a little blue bird and that one just has a little brown bird. How cool is that? See, so just because you missing some or you've got brown, green on your fence post, it doesn't matter. It just looks vintage, right? So there you go. This one I used the basic beige for the sentiment. This one I just used basic white. So sad. This is the last video for this series. However, I'm going to do a recap probably one day next week. Yeah, probably maybe Monday or Tuesday I'll do a recap of all the ones that we did for this particular series. Who knows, it might come over this weekend. I might do it this weekend. But I wanted to show you everything that we did, all the cards. They're lots of fun. So again, my site is ninaurjavik.stampinup.net. Please also log in or create an account so that you receive rewards with every order that you purchase. I think that's it. So if you have any questions, again, put them in the comments for me, and I will definitely answer those. And then thanks for joining me.